Good morning. I'm Hilary Payne. I'm a sitting City Councillor in Ward 9, and I'm running for re-election again. And I'm looking forward very much to a second term. Just speak quickly about my background. I'm a professional civil engineer in the province of Ontario. I worked for the city for 25 years, first of all as city engineer and then as city manager. Then I went away for several years, came back and ran for council in 2010 for my first term. And that's a very quick background of myself. Secondly, the question is asked, why should voters vote for me instead of the other candidates? Well, I'm not going to knock the other candidates, and I hope they don't knock me, but I think voters should vote for me because I have the experience. I have the experience of the administration, of being city engineer and city manager, and also being councillor for 4 years. So I have tremendous knowledge about how the city works, what it does, how the money is spent, the policies, and all of that. And I can bring that knowledge to bear without any delay if and when I'm elected, or if I'm elected to council on October 27th. Thirdly, the question is raised, what is the most important issue facing your ward, and how are you responding to it? I think the most important issue, probably as always, is infrastructure. And infrastructure is to improve the roads further in the ward, especially west of Walker Road, to improve the parks. And also I have a dream, and it may not happen, but I have a dream that we should have a community centre in Ward 9. And I will be certainly raising that if I'm re-elected too. Ward 9 does not have such a centre. The question is asked is, what are the hidden jewels of this city? And in particular Windsor, of course. In other words, when friends or families visit, what sites do you encourage them to see? Well, I think Windsor and Essex County are the best kept secrets in the tourism industry. We have a lot to show people, especially with the new aquatic centre. We also have wonderful farmland outside the city. We have bird migration. We have a whole lot of things that will interest families in particular. And I always have great pleasure when people come to visit me, especially from Europe or the UK, to take them around and show them just what we got here in Windsor and Essex County. It is the largest village, I always think, in Canada, okay, because it's such a friendly city, and yet it has a population of over 200,000. And the question is asked, what are your passions, interests, or hobbies? What do you do when you are not at work or knocking on doors? Well, so far, my practice in running for council is to knock on every door, and I'm about 3/4 of the way through that now. There's 6,700 houses altogether, and I'm knocking on every one of them. I'm getting a very good reception, and a lot of people are not at home, but I leave a brochure, of course, and that's a very good experience because it allows me to find out what people are thinking, and also to ask them, of course, to vote for me. What do I do when you're not at work? Well, I have the reputation, probably deserved, of being a kind of a workaholic, I think. And that's why I have never really retired. After I left the city the first time, then I went and did other things in real estate, headed up the United Way, and so on and so on. So my hobbies are rather minimal, I must admit. I just enjoy working, and I would certainly enjoy working a second term as an elected city councillor for Windsor. So that's all about Hilary Payne, and I look forward to your support on October 27th or at the advance poll on October the 11th. And thank you for this opportunity to speak to you.